Okay, I've got 5:30 on my watch. Everyone, we good to go? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, good evening. I'm calling this meeting to order. The time is 5:30 p.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. This meeting is officially open with a quorum present. The following board members are present virtually, and I will now call each of their names in order of their districts. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Good evening, President Ramos.
You, Trustee Jackson. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Good evening, President Ramos. Quentin Phillips checking in, representing District 3.
All right, good to see you too. District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins. Not on yet. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
CJ Evans, present for District 5.
Thank you, CJ. District 6 Trustee Andar.
Good evening, President Ramos. This is Ian Dar, representing District 6.
Good to see you as well. District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
Good evening, President Ramos. This is Norman Robbins, representing District 7.
All righty, good to see you too. District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Good evening, President Ramos. Anael Luevanos, representing District 8.
All right, good to see you, sir. District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Ashley Paz, District 9 Trustee, present.
All right, good to see you as well. And I am Jacinto Ramos Jr., representing District 1. On March 16, 2020, Governor Abbott temporarily suspended certain open meetings requirements imposed by the Open Meetings Act to slow the spread of COVID-19. This action permits meetings subject to the Open Meetings Act to be hosted by telephone or video conference. This meeting is being broadcasted live via Spectrum Charter Channel 192, the Forward ISD Ed TV channel on YouTube by searching for YouTube FWISD ED TV and the link provided in the agenda. In accordance with those suspended rules, we certify the following. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we do have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or telephone call. We are meeting by use of Zoom software application, which allows two-way communication for members of the public. As we would at any in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice for registering to speak during the public comment portion will be unmuted for 3 minutes to speak. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent practicable. An audio recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. We apologize in advance for any unforeseeable difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate unprecedented conditions. If you have any questions about these suspended laws, please call the Office of the Attorney General at 888-672-6787 or by email at toma@oag.texas.gov. We will now move to our pledges, which will be led by Clint Bond.
Clint, you still muted there, man.
And you're muted.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll try it again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Bond. We'll now move on to agenda item number 3, public hearing to discuss the 2020-2021 budgets for the General Fund, Debt Service Fund, and Child Nutrition Fund. The public hearing is now called to order. I will turn it over to Dr. Scribner at this time.
Thank you very much, President Ramos. This, as you know, we've shared with you that we wanted to issue our first budget here as we move forward into the new year, recovering from our spring, not only with the COVID disruption, but also with the malware. And at this time, we have put together our initial budget that we want to prepare and present to you rather this evening. I'll turn it over right now to our Chief Financial Officer, Mike Paul.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner. Thank you, President Ramos, trustees. We have a very short presentation before we open the hearing for public comment. If we could go to the next slide. We just quickly want to kind of give you an overview of what we're going to talk about, just a very brief update on developments having to do with state and federal funding for public schools. Talk about the fact that we have complied with all of the requirements for publication to have this public hearing and recommended budget adoption tonight. And then we'll of course present our recommendation and then talk about next steps. And so on the next slide, today, as a matter of fact, about 3:15 or so this afternoon, we got some information that indicates that there will be a mechanism for state funding to enable us to provide remote instruction, a couple of different types of remote instruction, as well as the traditional on-campus instruction. So we're excited that the state has now made it public that we will have that sort of mechanism, and that will support what we've been saying is that we want our parents to have a choice about how they feel comfortable in providing instruction to their children. And so we're pleased to report that to you tonight. And on the next slide, We've mentioned this before, but it just bears repeating that when you see publications of amounts that Texas school districts will receive from the CARES Act, it's important to note that the state has made the decision that they will offset the state funding with this federal grant money. And so it's important, two things are important about that. One is it really won't mean any additional funding to Fort Worth ISD, nor any other Texas district for that matter. And the other thing that's important to note is it will make our financial statements, when we present our audited financial statements later in the fall, they will look a little unusual because of the fact the way the accounting treatment will deal with this federal funding source. So the next slide talks about the compliance. You know, there is a very prescribed process for presenting a budget to the Board of Trustees for adoption. And just a reminder that our fiscal year does end on the 30th day of June. Pardon me. And so we do have a requirement to have a budget in place before the new fiscal year starts. And so we've met all the publication requirements. We published the notice of this meeting in the Star Telegram on June the 12th. That's within the time period provided in statute. We've also, contemporaneous with that publication, we placed the required posting on the district's website. And of course, we're having the public hearing that's required at present. So upon the conclusion of the public hearing, we will have met all of the compliance requirements for the board to actually adopt the budget. And the next slide actually presents the proposed budgets, and we have the proposed budgets here for the general fund, the debt service fund, and for the child nutrition service fund. And it is important to note that, just to remind the board, that because we had a malware situation and our network was out of commission for almost 2.5 months, we were unable to have the budget development process that we would like to have had. And so we have taken some really extraordinary steps to simply take the latest actual data we had, which was the audited results for the previous fiscal year, and sort of extrapolated those data based on events that we knew had happened, such as salary increases that had been granted by the board, and some staffing changes that we were aware of, and that sort of thing. And so our commitment to the board is that, our recommendation will be that this budget be adopted, and our commitment along with that recommendation is that we will be back early in the fiscal year after we conduct the type of process that we would like to have had prior to making this recommendation tonight. We will come back with some amendments that will make this document more of a guiding instrument that will facilitate the resource allocations for the fiscal year consistent with the board's priorities for the district. So the next slide talks about the fact that we did provide in this budget funding for a discussion about the compensation plan for the 2021 fiscal year, and we've provided $12 million in this proposed budget, which would accommodate a 2% compensation increase. That's about $6 million per percentage point. So we wanted to be sure and put that in to give the board the flexibility to do that if the board should desire to have those conversations. The next slide talks about the next steps, which is just mention the compensation plan consideration. We'll need to have that in fairly short order. And then we've mentioned the commitment to have a budget development process sort of after the fact so that we can amend this document at the board's pleasure to guide our operations for the coming fiscal year. And then the board will consider a recommendation in August to actually set the tax rate for the 2020-21 fiscal year. And the next slide actually has our recommendation. We are recommending tonight that the board adopt the proposed budget as presented, and that will facilitate the continuity of operations on July 1st. It will allow us to keep the lights on July 1st. And that concludes the presentation, and certainly it's a time now, President Ramos, for public comment and any questions the board might have, and I'd certainly be pleased to try to address any questions that trustees might have.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner and Mr. Ball. Now we will hear from those who have registered to speak regarding the budget. Mr. Bond, will you call on our speakers?
Yes, sir. We have one speaker this evening, and that is Stephen Poole. Mr. Poole, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
You may begin, sir.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ramos and members in the board and Dr. Scribner for all of your hard work on this budget, and especially to Mr. Ball and his staff. It had to have been extremely difficult with the malware attack and the hamstring that occurred. It's encouraging to hear that 2% raise has been penciled in for employees. That's really important to recognize all of their hard work during the school closure. Other districts are adopting similar increases. Some are doing a little more, but on average, we're seeing around in the area anywhere between 1% and 3%. So a 2% raise will keep you competitive. One interesting thing is some of the social media posts around teachers and compensation. I noticed a couple of months ago, a mom wrote that she had been homeschooling a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old for 1 hour and 11 minutes. Teachers deserve to make $1 billion a year or a week. I think the public is really noticing what it takes to be a teacher and a public school employee these days, and are extremely appreciative of all of their hard work too. So thank you, and if there's anything I can ever do to help, please let me know. Thanks.
That's the only speaker, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Poole, and thank you, Mr. Bond. With that being our final speaker on the topic, the public hearing is now closed. We will move on to number 5, which is 5A. Since this item is included on action item tonight, we will address it now. So 5A is the discussion and action to approve adoption of the proposed 2020-2021 budgets for the General Fund, Debt Service Fund, and Child Nutrition Fund. Do I have a motion?
Ashley Paz, so moved.
So we have a motion by trustee Ashley Paz. Do I have a second?
This is Norman Robbins. I second.
So I think trustee Robbins was Out the gate as with the second. Any discussion, I will call on each trustee just to make sure everyone has an opportunity for discussion or question. We'll begin with District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion, thank you.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion, sir.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion at this time.
Okay. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion or questions. Thank you.
Okay. District 6 Trustee Ann Dar.
No discussion or questions. Thank you.
Okay. District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
No discussion or questions. Thank you.
District 8 Trustee Anaya Luevanos.
No discussion.
Okay. District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
I have no questions. I would like to just thank Mr. Ball for the work that he's done on this budget. He has certainly had a baptism by fire here in Fort Worth ISD. You know, the honeymoon was very, very short, and he's come into a very difficult situation, and he has handled it like an absolute professional. And you know, I am very confident in his ability to come back as we finish our goals and constraints as a board and prepare a budget that is aligned with those. And I really appreciate the fact that he has recognized that this is not, we're adopting this budget to get us through, but we still have work to do, and that the money needs to be aligned with our values. So that's the first time I've heard that in a really long time, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Paz. I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no questions or comments, so we will now move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Ann Dar.
Yes.
District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
Yes.
District 8 Trustee Anaya Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I vote yes. So the motion passes unanimously, 9-4 and 0 against. We will now move on to number 6. At this time, we will hear public comment. Let me remind you that because of the restrictions by the Texas Open Meetings Act, board members may not engage in a verbal exchange about a subject that has not been posted. We will listen and take notes, but the board is prohibited from responding to any inquiries made during a board meeting on any topic not posted on the agenda. However, the board may reply with 1, a statement of specific factual information given in response to the inquiry, 2, recitation of existing policy in response to the inquiry, or 3, direct a person to visit with staff about the issue. While the board listens to concerns of a general nature, speakers should refrain from mentioning names of individual employees or public officers during their comments. Any employee, parent, or other member of the public is asked to comply with the appropriate grievance policy to have a complaint heard pursuant to the applicable board policy. No presentation may exceed 3 minutes unless the speaker has prior approval for additional time because of the use of a translator. Speakers who require the assistance of a translator are permitted double the allotted time of speakers who do not require the assistance of a translator. Furthermore, a speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another speaker. I ask that you please observe these rules for the purpose of effectively accomplishing the business of this meeting in a timely manner. Because we are utilizing an online platform, all speakers will be announced to speak in the order they signed up. Mr. Clint Bond will announce the speakers' names, and at that time, his or her microphone will be unmuted for 3 minutes. Before making your comment, state your name and then proceed with your comment. At the end of the 3 minutes, your microphone will be muted. Mr. Bond, would you please call our first speaker for the night?
President Ramos, our first speaker is Otha Graham, and if you're there, you may begin.
Thank you very much. Yes, I've been teaching at Trimble Tech High School for the last 6 years as an English teacher. I just recently accepted a position at Pascal High School as an English teacher, and I would just like to address this past week's newsletter, the June 18th newsletter, talking about balancing remote instruction with in-class instruction for teachers. And I have a few concerns One of my chief concerns is training. I believe the training right now being offered is called Connect Ed 2020. And when I go to that, it says that most of those sessions are full, and that can count for flex, which is great, but that's about all I see so far. It does say there will be other trainings offered, but if there's not adequate training for teachers going into balancing both of those responsibilities as a remote instructor and an in-class instructor, it will fail. So I hope that we have something on the books for that beyond just Connect Ed 2020. On top of that, I'd also like to address just money. It's going to be a lot of responsibility for us to try and be in-class teachers and remote teachers as well. And so if there's some sort of incentive pay, maybe a coaching stipend kind of thing, I think that would go a long ways. It's going to be difficult to do both well if I don't have some sort of incentive as a teacher beyond just the altruistic nature of being a teacher. That's going to be a hard ask for a lot of people, especially someone like me who has 4 children at home. The other part is time. If we can get an extra planning period, if I knew that that time was dedicated to remote instruction, if I had an extra planning period for that, that would go a long way as well. So I just want us to be aware of these things. I think training, money, and time is going to be what helps teachers in this area. I am concerned that this was released without teachers being notified beforehand. I know that we had a poll that went across the district, but beyond that, we did not get a heads up. And so to be told that we would be doing both and that we would be doing both very well was sort of alarming, since I haven't received any real training in that regard. And I didn't train to be an online teacher when I was getting my teacher certification 13 years ago. So here's what the release said, the press release. It said lessons and content to be covered during in-person classes will be the same lessons and content covered during virtual classes. Later, it went on to say the instruction delivered virtual will be at the same level as instruction delivered in person. And so I just want to bring that to y'all's attention. I know that this is something you guys are going to continue to talk about, but I want to get it here now and recorded, and so we can begin thinking about this, because I know I'm not the only teacher who's concerned with this aspect of trying to do both well. And I would hope that we can try and put this together. So thank you. I relinquish the mic. Thank you.
Mr. Ramos, our next speaker is Ed Austin. And if you're there, you may begin, Mr. Austin. Mr. Austin?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, 2 things. Your cops got to come out our school, Mr. Scribner, Ms. Brookins, Clayton Phillips, by all means necessary. Y'all have not come to the public and addressed this. There ain't no written rule in the Texas Education Board that says these cops got to be in the schools. I don't care about their CCTV money. They don't produce nothing anyway. They got to go. Secondly, ineffective funding in African-American communities is not acceptable anymore. Our demands will be met, or we will pull out our kids out of your district. It's over with. It's done. Kaput. So I will be addressing you again, Mr. Superintendent, UITC, Beatty, coming Thursday, and Quibby, the train has left the station, brother. I'm tired. The cops got to go. From a clinical study, ongoing terrorism to our children, in the light of what happened to Mr. Floyd, we can't tolerate this anymore. Parents want to control the schools, community control the schools. We don't pay for their service. Either you stand with us, or we got to shut it down. We don't shut it down. I've been out there every day protesting on the front lines on the bridge. I've seen the attitudes of these police officers. So you better find something else to do with the CCTV, because that program will be getting removed out of our schools. The officers get removed out of schools. We are prepared, but we already got attorneys on board. So, so take the easy road to take the high road. Early 1925, no federal judge will find that the community or any parent that's on this class action lawsuit. So let's get it right. You're not happy. Time for those officers to get up out of our schools, point blank.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Ramos, that's the last of our speakers.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts this evening. Moving on to number 7, discussion of consent agenda items. As board president, I'm making the following statement in accordance with board policy BBFA local. This is a reminder to all board members of the legal conflict of interest requirements and disclosure requirements you may have for matters under consideration on the agenda for this meeting. If required by law, board members shall recuse themselves from all discussion and shall abstain from voting on any matter pertaining to such a disclosure. Looking to see if there are any questions concerning consent agenda items. And I'll call on each trustee, and let's note that B6 is being moved to an action item. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson, do you have any questions concerning
No,
consent?
sir. No questions.
Thank you. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No questions.
Thank you. District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No questions.
Thank you. District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Just a quick question about the MOU with McAfee for Eastern Hills. How many students are in that CTE program?
Karen or Jerry, if you could address that question, please.
Yes, let me see if I can, trying to get my video on for you. Trustee Evans, I don't know right now the exact number of students enrolled in our program. What we have done is we have increased our digital security programming there. This is actually a new PTech. We're actually working to expand what's happened around the public service program that's at Eastern Hills. This is actually new for us. We started last year where we expanded from just the firefighter and the police service and added technology security. This partnership with McAfee will allow us to have a PTech that actually focuses on digital security as well. And I can get back to the board with you on the number of students that are currently enrolled and what our efforts are to increase our enrollment in the PTech dual credit program.
Okay, thank you.
District 6 trustee Andar, any questions?
I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment, and that is that I'm very excited to see the investment that we're making in students with all of the CTE programs, the cooperative partnerships that we're establishing with businesses in Fort Worth. With this consent agenda, students on every single high school campus in Fort Worth ISD will benefit. And I think that, again, like what was said earlier, and Ashley reiterated, that the money needs to be aligned with our values. I enjoy voting on a consent agenda or any agenda where students are central focus and where that money is going to benefit students and their college, career, military readiness, and community leadership. So I appreciate the fact that we have an opportunity to support this. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Dar. District 7 trustee Norman Robbins, any questions or comments about consent agenda? District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Thank you. No questions. I would like to second Ann's comments on this consent agenda.
Thank you, sir. District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes, just definitely agree with Ann and Anael. And also just as a point of business, which item is it that you stated we're moving to the action agenda? My computer audio cut out when you were talking.
It's going to be B6.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I don't have any questions or comments concerning consent agenda. The time is 5:59 p.m. The date is Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. We will now recess and reconvene virtually for executive session as authorized by Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code under sections 551.071, .072, .074, and .076. My colleagues, I'll see you all on the other link in a bit.
Fort Worth ISD ha tomado decisiones importantes sobre el próximo año escolar que quiero compartir con ustedes. Estas decisiones son el resultado de un esfuerzo coordinado al que muchos de ustedes ayudaron al realizar la encuesta reciente del distrito, y gracias por eso. La primera decisión: nuestro distrito permanecerá con el calendario escolar tradicional. Esto es lo que eligió la mayoría de ustedes, quienes respondieron a la encuesta. Así que no hay un calendario con largos recesos o durante todo el año. En cambio, seguiremos con el calendario tradicional, al menos para este próximo año escolar. Esta segunda decisión es donde hay desafíos aún más grandes. Fort Worth ISD está planeando ofrecer instrucción tanto en persona como virtual cuando comience la escuela el 17 de agosto. En esta pandemia del COVID-19, nosotros creemos que los estudiantes y sus familias deben tener una opción. Puede ser de interés para algunos estudiantes regresar a nuestros edificios escolares y participar en la mayoría de las actividades diarias. Para otros, aprender en casa en una situación virtual puede ser la mejor solución en este momento. La seguridad fue vital para llegar a una decisión y su nivel de comodidad para volver a ingresar a las escuelas. Sabemos que este plan nos lleva a muchas otras preguntas que deben ser contestadas y todavía estamos trabajando en los detalles, tal como asegurar el distanciamiento social en los salones de clase. Es posible que muchos más espacios en nuestros edificios se conviertan en salones de clase, incluidos los gimnasios, las cafeterías y las bibliotecas. Debemos planear el transporte y asegurarnos que haya acceso a la tecnología y a Wi-Fi para todos los estudiantes que aprendan en casa. Y por supuesto, debemos prepararnos para la forma en que nuestros maestros eduquen a todos los niños en este modelo de aprendizaje combinado. Eso nos trae a la tercera decisión. Todos los maestros y el personal regresarán a las escuelas en el otoño para impartir instrucción tanto en persona como virtual. Junto con la reinvención de los salones de clase, también tendremos que redefinir las responsabilidades. Por ejemplo, algunos maestros pueden enseñar parte del día en persona y parte del día virtualmente. Parte del personal de apoyo podrá mudarse a los salones de clase para ayudar a los maestros. Esto ayudará a asegurar que la instrucción proporcionada virtualmente sea de la misma alta calidad que la instrucción proporcionada en persona. Maestros, habrá más por venir, incluyendo la información sobre el entrenamiento para el aprendizaje a distancia más robusto y completo. La incertidumbre de la crisis de salud significa que las decisiones están sujetas a cambios, pero algo que no cambiará es el hecho de que estamos entrando en una nueva era en la educación. Y no podría desear un mejor equipo que todos ustedes cuando abramos nuestras puertas el 17 de agosto. Gracias. want to celebrate our 2020 graduates. This is a historic year. These students have overcome so many obstacles and a great celebration of their resilience. Today we're capping it off at 8:20, which is 2020 military time.
Arlington Heights is my alma mater. I graduated from Heights. But these kids and their parents and their teachers have found ways to make it very creative and very innovative, and I guarantee they won't forget their graduation.
We want them to know that the entire city of Fort Worth supports them through this difficult time and that they're going to go on to do great things. Thanks to the city of Fort Worth, we were able to light up the Pier 1 building, the 7th Street Bridge, and many other important landmarks.
I want them to know that the community supports them. Everybody here, the business community, are all here to support them. Go get them, class of 2020.
Fort Worth ISD has reached major decisions about the 2021 school year, and I want to share them with you. These decisions are the result of an ongoing, coordinated effort, and an effort many of you contributed to by taking the district's recent survey. Thank you for that. First, our district will remain with the traditional school calendar. This was what the majority of you who responded to the survey preferred. So, no intersessional or year-round calendar. Instead, we will stick with the traditional calendar, at least for this coming year. The second decision is where bigger challenges enter the picture. Fort Worth ISD plans to provide both in-person and virtual instruction when school begins on August 17th. In this COVID-19 pandemic, we believe students and their families should have a choice. It may be in some students' best interest to return to our school buildings and resume most daily activities. For others, learning at home in a virtual situation may be the best solution at this time. We prioritize safety in reaching this decision and your comfort level about re-entering campuses. We know this plan brings up hundreds of questions, and we're working out the details, such as accommodating social distancing in classrooms. It may be that many more spaces in our buildings become classrooms, including gymnasiums, cafeterias, and libraries. We are working out transportation and making sure that there is access to technology and Wi-Fi for all students learning at home. And of course, we're preparing for how our teachers will instruct all children in this blended learning model. That brings us to the third decision. All teachers and staff will return to schools in the fall to deliver both in-person and virtual instruction. Along with reimagining classrooms, we will also need to redefine responsibilities.
What could be the word for this?
For instance, some teachers may teach the entire day in person. Other teachers may teach the entire day virtually, and some teachers will teach part of the day in person and part of the day virtually. Some support staff may move into classrooms to assist teachers. This will help ensure that instruction delivered virtually is of the same high quality as instruction delivered in person. Teachers, there will be more to come on this, including information about training for more robust and comprehensive distance learning. The uncertainty of the health crisis means decisions are subject to change, but something that won't change is the fact that we're entering a new era in education. And I couldn't wish for a better team than all of you when we open our doors August 17th. Thank you.
Congratulations on being a District Teacher of the Year winner for secondary. So congratulations, Coach Bradford.
Dude, I'm blown away. Hey, I appreciate it.
Well, Kathy, congratulations. You have been named one of the 5 secondary teachers of the year.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh, I miss your hugs.
Oh, thank y'all.
We want to honor you as one of 5 secondary teachers of the year. So congratulations are definitely in order.
Thank you.
You know me, yay.
Thank y'all so much. Honored to be selected by my peers. It's very humbling.
Mrs. Robertson has made it to the District Teacher of the Year.
Well, congratulations, Ms. Robertson. They couldn't have picked a better person for the award.
blessed to do what I do, and I'm just happy that I'm allowed to go there every day, and I do miss my kids, and I can't wait until I can be back there.
Drum roll, please. Mr. Derek Smolowski, you have been named the Secondary District Teacher of the Year winner.
That's awesome. Thank you, everyone. Jeremy, Roberto, and Fine Arts, and Miss Yanagita. It's good to see you all.
Ms. Sanchez, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have been named Teacher of the Year for the district.
Wait, are you serious? Still can't stop shaking. I'm so excited. I'm one of our 5 district of the year.
Congratulations. Congrats, Darby.
I have told your mom about it. I'm very proud of you.
I see the difference you make in the students' lives.
Not just for your students, but for all of De Zavala.
I'm excited.
You, Carmenia, have been named one of the 5 Fort Worth ISD 2020 Elementary Teachers of the Year.
Thank you guys. No, I really wasn't expecting this at all. And you guys know I love Sam Rosen so much. And it's just home.
And Ms. Cadena, you have been named Teacher of the Year for our district.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
You're one of the hardest working people I've ever met in my life.
I have been so inspired by you.
Thank you, really means a lot.
You're more than deserving of this honor.
You just set the bar of excellence for everybody.
I am so blessed by this incredible team. I mean, it's just the most amazing thing.
Industry-driven Gold Seal programs and schools of choice offer Fort Worth ISD families and students the power of choice, now more than ever, to go beyond the basic, beyond the traditional, to find the pathway that's a match to a student's interest, goals, and learning style. And just look at the programs and schools to choose from. You've got goals and dreams for the future. We've got a high school experience to match.
There you go.
They can sign up.
Fort Worth ISD Gold Seal programs of choice are built for dreamers like you.
You do one simple
The problem solvers, the curious minds, the creators of art and idea. Gold Seal programs deliver expert guidance, your checklist, hands-on learning, certifications, college credits, and community partners who support your learning. A great example? Our P-Tech early college high schools that combine high school, college, and career.
So the idea is to grow.
Students can earn an associate degree.
Ready to go?
Visit job sites, build relationships, and develop workplace skills and knowledge. Our partners enrich every Gold Seal program, open doors to careers, and put you ahead of the herd. There's a Gold Seal pathway to fit your interests.
So let's give it a shot.
Whether it's making machines run better and fly higher,
Sales inside up. Hey, the place is better.
or improving health
Do you have any allergies?
and housing. Whether it's serving on the front lines,
Are y'all set? All right, we're ready.
or protecting citizens online.
Yeah, moving all the frames.
Bring your biggest dreams and determination here,
Really great product.
where you belong, in a Fort Worth ISD program of choice.
Take graphic.
Your choice. The atmosphere is electric at Fort Worth ISD Gold Seal Schools of Choice. These smaller, well-focused learning communities prepare students for college and careers in the most innovative ways.
This combines art and math.
Now we know what to do.
Every school day hums with activity and empowerment at Young Men's Leadership Academy and Young Women's Leadership Academy.
Come across one.
Future leaders are at work here, gaining knowledge, experiences, and character, while developing lifelong strategies for success. Move toward your dreams at the I Am Terrell Academy for STEM and VPA. On the STEM side, students design and problem solve in a high-tech makerspace. In VPA, students train in state-of-the-art studios and perform in a magnificent hall. The school's Cowan Academy in the Humanities elevates the study of literature, history, art, and philosophy. Imagine learning multiple languages, exploring global cultures, and taking academic courses in English and Spanish. The World Languages Institute is perfect for students from Spanish immersion and dual language programs, and anyone else eager to learn Spanish immersion style. Early college high schools merge high school, college, and career. Students go to school on Tarrant County College campuses and can earn an associate degree for free. Marine Creek Collegiate High School focuses on high academic achievement and skills for success.
Got a slightly movable
The
joint.
Texas Academy of Biomedical Sciences is a hub of health science studies with hands-on laboratory learning supported by medical industry partners. TCC South Fort Worth ISD Collegiate High takes industry partnerships to a new level. It's the district's first P-TECH early college high school. Partners such as Encore and the Fort Worth Water Department help students build skills that industries want. Schools of choice are not just for older students. Collectively, 4 applied learning academies serve kindergarten through the 8th grade. Students apply their knowledge to solve real-life issues as they investigate the bigger world.
6 taken 2 times.
Our Montessori program guides kindergarten through 8th grade students in multi-age classrooms that are safe and respectful. Students work through lessons, interact with others, cultivate self-discipline, and take early ownership of their education. A great start to a lifetime of learning. One-size-fits-all education is so last century. Pick your cutting-edge, gold seal pathway to college, career, and community leadership. Learn more at fwisd.org/choice or call 817-814-1540. National Volunteer Week is a time set aside specifically to honor volunteers and recognize the power of their service. In the past few weeks, we've witnessed the power of volunteers for Fort Worth ISD like never before.
All schools in the state of Texas shall be temporarily closed.
While the COVID-19 health crisis has brought so many things in our lives to a halt, our volunteers have been on the move, making sure our students get the services they need. Faith-based and other organizations have stepped up to support district families dealing with severe illnesses and other circumstances. Volunteers have distributed books to children to keep them entertained and learning.
Remember to read, okay?
And this is not a one-time thing. Every year, some 10,000 parents, corporate volunteers, literacy partners, and faith-based organizations give their time, energy, and skills to assist our teachers where they can and provide opportunities for students that will help them achieve, stay healthy, and believe in themselves.
Good job.
Our volunteers are truly amazing, and they inspire us all. Thank you, volunteers, for your powerful support of Fort Worth ISD.
One.
Like musicians in an orchestra, trustees and the superintendent have different parts to play in shaping education in Fort Worth ISD. The men and women who make up the Fort Worth ISD Board of Education are diverse in gender, race, age,
occupations, experiences, perspectives, and opinions. What they have in common is an interest in Fort Worth ISD that runs deep. Almost all are parents of current or recent district students.
And each has a history of strong community leadership, as you'll see, starting with our newest members. Daphne Brookins represents District 4. Daphne is a youth administrator for Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County and a former Forest Hill Mayor Pro Tem. Ann Dar, District 6. Ann is a lifelong educator with a special commitment to deaf and hard of hearing students and their families.
CJ Evans, District 5. CJ is a lawyer who also facilitates a monthly pro bono legal clinic for women at risk. Quentin Phillips, District 3. Q brings real-life insight to the board as a professor at TCU and the founding partner of the nonprofit Community Frontline organization.
Toby Jackson, District 2, a lifelong advocate for children. Toby is always looking to bring attention to initiatives and programs that level the playing field. Anael Luebanos, District 8. Anael is an accountant who goes beyond the numbers to make sure all children have access to educational and other opportunities.
Ashley Paz, District 9, an entrepreneur, business owner, and equity warrior. Ashley fights tirelessly on behalf of children and families. Norman Robbins, District 7. Norm brings years of professional experience in both the public and private sector, as well as sage guidance to new initiatives.
And Board President Jacinto Ramos Jr., representing District 1. Cinto is a proven leader on the local, state, and national stage in educational policy, racial and ethnic equity, and school board governance. And now our trustees share an exciting and challenging new commitment that is changing the future of Fort Worth ISD.
It's a journey taken in collaboration with Superintendent Scribner, focused on one primary goal: improving student outcomes.
In January 2017, our board adopted the Texas Education Agency initiative called Lone Star Governance. It's a continuous improvement model for boards dedicated to sharpening their focus on better student outcomes. Lone Star Governance intensively trains and guides board members in working with superintendents to create clear-cut student outcome goals and measures aligned to the goals.
Fort Worth ISD trustees, collaborating with Superintendent Scribner, set goals for improvement in these crucial areas: literacy, math, and college career and military readiness. Lone Star Governance also clarifies responsibilities in meeting the goals, which duties belong to the board and which belong to the superintendent.
For example, the board sets the goals, but it's the responsibility of the superintendent to find ways to reach them. In other words, the board focuses on governance, guiding, supporting, and monitoring relevant data, while the superintendent focuses on the management of the district, providing administrative leadership, and proposing and implementing policy changes.
This brings up another key component of Lone Star Governance: identified constraints. An example of a board constraint is tracking its use of time in meetings to ensure the majority of time is spent on student outcome goals. Another example, not trying to perform the roles of the superintendent.
An example of a superintendent constraint is ensuring low-performing campuses have equitable access to resources. Also, not allowing adult convenience or preference to take priority over academic progress of students.
But a big part of governance is actively engaging you, the community, in our work. As your elected representatives, this school board wants to represent your values, so you'll see more of us where you are. We'll be visiting your clubs and organizations and listening. Your input informs our decision-making.
Like the diverse sections of an orchestra, each Board of Education trustee brings a distinct contribution to their collective work. The result can be harmonious, dynamic support of the district's mission to prepare all students for success in college, career, and community leadership.
Your Fort Worth ISD Board of Education is committed to teamwork at its finest to improve outcomes for all students.
Great. I think it looks perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, hello and welcome to our 10 elementary and secondary Fort Worth ISD Teachers of the Year. Congratulations to each of you for your dedication to our students. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Teachers of the Year from both elementary and secondary schools. First, we have with us Jennifer Sanchez from Western Hills Elementary. Hello, Jennifer. Brooke Darby from De Zavala Elementary. Carminia Moreno from Sam Rosen Elementary. Amy Kraft from Carter Park Elementary. Mireya Cadena from Cesar Chavez Elementary. Kathy Elliott from TABS, Texas Academy of Biomedical Sciences.
Hi.
Derek Smolowski from Eastern Hills High School. Matthew Bradford from Meadowbrook Middle School. Vicki Robertson from Polytechnic High School. And Ray Horton of the TCC South Collegiate Academy. Congratulations to all 10 of you. You found out about your selection this past Monday at 10 surprise Zoom meetings. Your principals and colleagues attended those meetings and celebrated with you, which gave them the opportunity to publicly express their gratitude for what you do for our students and for your colleagues. Our Teachers of the Year have historically not only been wonderful with young people, but they've also been teacher leaders and great colleagues and great team members. You were first selected as Campus Teacher of the Year because you're student-centered in these challenging times. You've all risen to the occasion and helped our students transition to virtual learning. You're innovative, you're creative, and you have a heart for our students. Months after the campus recognition, you've risen to the challenge again of teaching online from home in a more student-centered way than ever, as you draw from your experience, your creativity, and your innovation, more so than ever before. This is why we are recognizing all of you as winners. We're very fortunate in Fort Worth ISD to have great leadership in our governing board. And I know that our trustee, president of the board, Jacinto Ramos Jr., would like to say a few words, and he feels exactly the same way. At this time, I'll turn it over to Jacinto.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner. Good afternoon to our 10 district teachers of the year. Life is so different this spring, but what is not different is the dedication you give to our students. Our students need your expertise, your stability, and your support more than ever. And we see that support every single day. You are conducting classes online, posting YouTube video lessons, and posting activities on social media to meet your students' academic needs. We have seen the parades go through students' neighborhoods and special words of encouragement on social media to help our students emotionally. They miss you, and you let them know how much you care. These are very different times, and it called for a different approach to selecting the District Teacher of the Year. We decided to recognize all of you for the winners that you are each and every day, especially in times like this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So this is the first time in our history that we're celebrating all 10 of our District Teachers of the Year. We're sorry that we can't host the annual award center, but please believe me when I tell you how proud we all are of you. We will post a special video on our district website and shine the digital spotlight on all of you. We have a special guest with us this afternoon.
Okay, it looks like we have a quorum. While we go through the reopening and getting the board meeting going again, hopefully our colleagues, I think the only one I don't see on yet is Toby. So we'll get going. In accordance with the open meetings law, the board opened the meeting at 5:30 p.m. on a private video conference with a quorum present, recessed and reconvened open session virtually, adjourned to regular session, convened executive session, then adjourned executive session is now reconvened open session at 6:35 p.m. in the public virtual video conference with a quorum present. The trustees who are present virtually are Trustee Toby Jackson, District 2. Have you been able to join us yet? She's not on just yet. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Present.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Present.
Thank you. There you are. District, we'll go back. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson. I saw her mouth moves. She's present. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Present.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Present.
District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins. I believe he's moved on to the graduation. District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Present.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Present.
And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I'm present. Moving on to number 12, accepting consent agenda items. Please note that consent agenda item B6 was pulled and moved for an action item, so we will take care of that in a bit. Aside from that item, do I have a motion accepting consent agenda items?
So moved. Toby Jackson.
Thank you. Trustee Toby Jackson has made the motion to accept consent agenda items. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Luevanos. Any discussion? And now we'll call on each trustee just to make sure you have an opportunity for discussion. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I have no discussion on consent agenda items. We'll now move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes or no. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I vote yes. Consent agenda is passed unanimously, 8 for, and 0 against. We'll now move on to 13, the action items. We will begin with 13A, which is item B6, approve annual renewal of wide area network services for 2020-2021 school year, E-rate eligible, and it was pulled from consent and moved to action. Do I have a motion for this item?
So moved. Toby Jackson.
Thank you. Trustee Toby Jackson has made a motion to accept item B6. Do I have a second?
Second.
So we have a second. Was that Trustee CJ Evans?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We have a second by Trustee CJ Evans. I'll move on to discussion. I'm going to call on each trustee to give you an opportunity. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson, any discussion?
No, sir.
Thank you. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 6 Trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no discussion. We will move the vote. As I call your names, trustee, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
I'm sorry, Sito, my
Okay, sorry, was that a yes or a no?
yes, I'm sorry, my computer cut out.
No worries. Thank you. Yes for District 2 trustee Toby Jackson. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
Abstain.
Thank you. District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I vote yes. Motion passes 7-4, 0 against, and 1 person abstaining. Moving on to, 13B, which is, I'm looking for a motion to approve all superintendent recommendations for items 1 through 8 under personnel as discussed in closed session.
So move.
So we have a motion by trustee Ana Luevanos. Do I have a second?
Ashley, second.
I have a second by trustee Ashley Paz. Call on each trustee just in case for discussion. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
No discussion.
District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I'm District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no discussion. We'll move the vote. Please say yes, no, or abstain as I call your name. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
Yes.
District 7 trustee Norman Robbins not with us right now. District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I'm District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I vote yes. Motion passes 8-4 and 0 against. Dr. Scribner, would you like to announce who these individuals are?
I would love to do that. Thank you very much, President Ramos, and thank you to our Board of Trustees as we take one more step toward fulfilling our goals of preparing all students for success in college, career, and community leadership, and continue our transformation to becoming a premier urban school district. One of the first steps we need is supervision and support internally. And as you know, we've closed the position of Chief of Staff. That position pending as a result of this action no longer exists. That position is closed, replaced with the Deputy Superintendent, and I am very pleased to introduce to you again and to the community again, Karen Molinar. Congratulations, Karen.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner and the board. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Great, thank you. Also, as a result of your action, board, we have filled our position of Chief Talent Officer. We've looked far and wide, private and public sector, and we are very pleased to have found an individual who has experience in both. I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Kermit Spears, who will be joining Fort Worth ISD in just a couple of weeks after he ties up his current duties and responsibilities, formerly Chief of Human Resources in Fort Bend and Corporate Director in the area of Human Resources for the Dell Corporation. As you know, we've closed the position of Assistant Superintendent for Policy and Planning in order to fund this position. I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Kermit Spears. Welcome aboard, Kermit.
Thank you. Welcome. I'm excited, ready to get started.
We're looking forward to having you join us here in Fort Worth in mid-July. Thank you very much. The third action the board took was approving the elevation of the position of Chief Innovation Officer. We want to thank the Rainwater Foundation for providing the additional funding to elevate this position to a cabinet level position. And I'd like to reintroduce to you someone you know, Dr. David Sines. Congratulations, David.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner and board members. Looking forward to continue serving the students of Fort Worth.
Thank you, David. The next item is our executive director recommendation. As you know, we conducted a boundary process last year for many reasons. One of them was to create newly aligned feeder patterns and school pyramids where students would have the opportunity to attend in a K-12 aligned system. That also provided us the opportunity to reorganize our executive directors. No longer will we have a secondary executive director position and elementary executive director position. Those individuals will be assigned to specific pyramids, and those individuals, I'll go down the list. Hilda Caballero, Miguel Elizondo, who's coming to us from San Antonio ISD, Ana Gomez, who's coming to us from Irving ISD. Susan Hernandez will continue as well in her position. Todd Copps will continue in his position. Marian Mouton will also continue in his position. Enedia Padro will be promoted within Fort Worth ISD. Deborah Traylor will continue in her position. Ryan Townsend will continue in her position. And moving from principal to executive director is Valencia Rhymes. We want to congratulate each one of those individuals, and we will be initiating a process to assign these executive directors to pyramids, and we will be working with several stakeholders in order to make those final decisions. The next item that the board voted on was the executive director of parent partnerships. Some districts call that parent involvement, parent engagement. Fort Worth ISD, we have the perfect person who epitomizes the concept of parent partnerships. The board has promoted from the position of principal of Manuel Jara Elementary, Marta Plata, who will join and take her great parent university program, parent partnership program to scale across the district as she joins us as the executive director district-wide for parent partnerships. Our next three items are the result of a very productive retreat that we held with the board back in February. The board directed me to put more dollars in academic and instructional support. In order to do that, we've reorganized and eliminated 6 director positions to fund the following 3 positions. The first is executive director for instructional initiatives, and that individual is Jamie Crossan, who is currently a high school principal in Elgin, Illinois. Jamie will be joining us this summer as well and take on the executive director of instructional initiatives. The next position is the executive director of personalized learning and enrichment. That will be reporting to David Sines and in the innovation division. The transformation grant also supports that division, and that position will be funded and held by Benjamin Leos from executive director in leadership to executive director of personalized learning and enrichment. And finally, our last recommendation, our last action for tonight, again, thank you, board, the executive director for K-12 social studies and curricular support. That will be filled by Joseph Nidzila. He currently works in the social studies division, and this position will allow him to lead that division as well. So those are our actions for tonight. And again, thank you to the Board of Trustees for your support and trust.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner. Appreciate the announcements, and welcome to everyone. Welcome to everyone who's new, and then everyone who's not new. Look forward to your continued work in our district. We will now move on to, let me double check. Yep, moving on to 14A, action agenda item, discussion and action to approve purchase of the Big Thought LLC technical assistance contract to assist in the redesign of Metro Opportunity High School. Looking for a motion on this one.
Andar, so moved.
A motion by Trustee Andar.
Ashley Paz, second.
We have a second by Trustee Ashley Paz. We'll look for discussion. I will call on each of you individually for an opportunity. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
No discussion.
District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I'm District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I have no discussion to add. We'll now move to vote. I will call your names, trustees. Please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
Yes.
District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I'm District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I vote yes. So the motion passes 8-4 and 0 against. We'll now move on to 14B, discussion and action to approve payment of the June 2020 invoice for the administrative support and professional services of the Leadership Academy Network Texas Wesleyan Management Team. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Jackson.
We have a motion by trustee Toby Jackson. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second by trustee Daphne Brookins. We'll call on each of you for discussion. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson, any discussion?
No discussion, but I would like to mention that we now have 6 of these academies, and that's pretty cool.
Thank you for that, trustee Jackson. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
I'm just excited to be adding Glencore's to the Leadership Academy.
Thank you. District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
No discussion.
District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I'm District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I have no discussion. We will move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
Yes.
District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. Motion passes 8-4 and 0 against. Item C, discussion and action to approve renewal of the curriculum services package TEACS resources subscription through Region 11. Looking for a motion.
So moved.
We have a motion by trustee CJ Evans. Looking for a second.
Second.
We have a second by trustee Ana Luevanos. Thank you. We'll call on each of you individually for discussion. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
I will be abstaining from this vote because Region 11 is my employer.
Thank you. District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
Thank you. District 9 trustee Ashley Paz. Okay. District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I have no discussion. We will move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Ann Dar.
Abstain.
Thank you. District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
Thank you. And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I vote yes, so the motion passes 7-4, 0 against, and 1 person abstaining. Moving on to D, discussion and action to approve renewal of Eduphoria Premium Suite and related services with Region 11. Do I have a motion?
So move.
I have a motion by Trustee Anaya Luevanos. Do I have a second?
Second, Jackson.
Thank you. We have a second by Trustee Toby Jackson. Call on you individually for discussion. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion.
District 3 Trustee Quinn Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 Trustee Ann Dar.
I will also be abstaining from this vote because Region 11 is my employer.
Thank you. District 8 Trustee Anaya Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No.
And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no discussion to add. We will move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Ann Dar.
Abstain.
Thank you. District 8 Trustee Anaya Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. Motion passes 7-4, 0 against, and 1 abstain. 1 person abstaining. We will move on to E, discussion and action to approve waiving first reading and revisions to board policy EHBC local. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Andar.
Thank you. We have a motion by Trustee Ann Dar. Do we have a second?
Second, Ashley Paz.
Thank you. We have a second by Trustee Ashley Paz. Call on each of you for individually for discussion. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
President Ramos, could we please get clarification for the public for the purpose of waiving the first reading and the revisions to board policy EHBC local?
Okay.
Yes, Karen or Cynthia?
This is, and Mr. Ball can jump in as well, to waive the first reading will provide us the opportunity to gain state comp ed funding for kinder readiness. So we really want to take advantage of that for our district.
Good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that, Trustee Jackson. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips, any discussion?
No discussion.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes, quick question about the classification of the kids enrolled in pre-K. Is this a classification that will stick with them and throughout all the way through 12th grade, or a little confused by that?
Ms. Evans, I'm not sure, so let me look into that and I can provide you an answer tonight or tomorrow morning, but I want to just verify before I provide it.
Okay.
Thank you. District 6 Trustee Ann Dar, any discussion?
No discussion.
District 8 Trustee Anaya Luevanos, any discussion?
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no discussion. We'll move the vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson. Trustee Jackson?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Ann Dar.
Yes.
District 8 Trustee Anaya Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz. Trustee Paz, not sure if I missed you. Okay. And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I'm going to vote yes. So the motion passes 7-4 and 0 against. We'll move on to letter F, discussion and action to approve district teaching permit for non-core CTE courses. Looking for a motion.
So moved, Jackson.
Thank you. We have a motion by Trustee Toby Jackson. Looking for a second.
Second.
Thank you. Trustee Ana Luevanos, thank you for the second. We'll call on each of you individually for potential discussion. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Thank you, President Ramos. Just a quick comment. I love it that our district is bringing in outside talent. They may not be alternatively certified at this time, but it brings an opportunity for our students to actually meet with people that have real world experience. So I appreciate the hard work on behalf of Dr. Sines and his staff and Mr. Rincon and getting these people vetted into us. So thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Jackson. Any discussion? District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz. I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no discussion. We'll move to vote. As I call your names, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. Motion passes 8-4 and 0 against. Moving on to G, discussion and action to approve memorandum of understanding between Fort Worth ISD and Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. Do I have a motion?
Ashley Paz, so moved.
I have a motion by Trustee Ashley Paz. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Trustee CJ Evans. Move on, call on each of you individually for potential discussion. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes, I think this is a great opportunity for the partnership with Workforce Solutions and Fort Worth ISD because it gives our graduates the opportunity to be empowered, educated, and the opportunity to gain employment skills after they graduate.
Thank you. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I have no discussion to add. We will move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
I will abstain because I work for Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County.
Okay. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
I think she fell off.
Yeah. And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. Motion passes. Let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 0 against, and 1 person abstaining.
This is Ashley Paz. I fell off for just a second, but I vote yes as well, if it's
Okay.
not too late.
No, not at all. I will correct that. Motion passes 7-4, 0 against, and 1 person abstaining. Moving on to letter H, discussion and action to approve nomination of representative to serve on the Texas Association of School Board of Directors. Looking for a motion.
I'd like to make a motion.
Sorry, Anael or Toby?
Anael, go ahead.
Thank you. I would like to nominate President Ramos to continue to serve on the Texas Association of School Board, TASB Board of Directors.
I'd like to second.
Thank you. So we have a motion by trustee Anael Luevanos. We have a second by trustee Toby Jackson. We'll call on each trustee individually for any potential discussion. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
President Ramos, I want to thank you for the work that it takes to travel with TASB to handle all the meetings and to represent our district. You're doing a great job, and thank you for accepting the assignment for another year.
Thank you. I appreciate that. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Andar.
Ditto what Toby said.
Thank you. District 8 trustee Anael Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes, I'd like to just reiterate what Toby said. I know that this is just the TASB board, but you do so much in addition with this role, including with MASBA and CUBE and NSBA, which are all affiliated associations, and you have been leading all of those groups with great pride and unapologetically just fierce. And I am so proud of everything you've done representing Fort Worth ISD.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm District 1 Representative Jacinto Ramos Jr. I will say absolutely keep you all updated as far as what TASB is doing. Equity is not a conversation that was typically on the table. I think that has changed now. We will see some decisions made here this coming summer where the state association is now going to be getting on board in partnership with MASBA and the Black Caucus. I had a responsibility. I felt wholeheartedly to succeed the work that Mrs. Moss had been championing there internally. So to my colleagues that may not be aware, I finished out her term, and now I'm asking for a term to complete the work that we've begun there, and look forward to helping whoever wants to succeed me in that role, that you join that statewide association and be able to advocate. And especially as we're getting ready for a legislative session, we're gearing up. So we will now move to voting. We'll call you as trustees to say yes, nor abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
Thank you. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 8 trustee Anael Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Heck yeah.
And District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I vote yes. Motion passes 8-4 and 0 against. My friends, we've come to the end of our meeting for comments by board members or superintendent on current district activities and announcements. We'll call on each person for any potential comments. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes, President Ramos, I wanted to extend a thank you. Stephanie Bird has worked on human trafficking in this city now going on 3 years with Unbound. And on Monday morning at 9 a.m., they broke ground on their new drop-in facility at One Safe Place. So I want to thank them for the work they're doing, especially on behalf of our youth.
Thank you. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes, sir. Great meeting today, and then just simply big congratulations to all of our now official Fort Worth ISD graduates, class of 2020. Y'all made it through your virtual graduation. Good job.
Thank you, sir. District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yeah, I have my in-person tomorrow morning. Pray that it doesn't rain. I just wanted to say thank you to all of my colleagues and all of my new family for all of their love and their prayers and their condolences for this time in my life right now. Thank you so much.
ma'am. You're welcome. I know from all of us on the board, and as you said, your new family. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes, as this is just the last official meeting of this school year, what a year it's been. But I am very excited and I remain hopeful for the outlook for Fort Worth ISD, partly because of all the great talent that's coming on that we talked about tonight, but just mostly because of all the hard work that everybody has been doing and I know is committed to continue to do. So here's to next year.
Thank you. District 6 Trustee Andor.
Thank you, President Ramos. I have several thank yous. First of all, I'd like to thank Dr. Washington and her team for not only celebrating our seniors on Saturday in virtual ceremonies, but also for working tirelessly to provide the in-person celebrations this week. I know that this was a mammoth task, and I know that Dr. Washington and her team worked tirelessly and worked hard to make that happen for our students and also for our communities. My nephew graduated this year. I was able to watch 3 different virtual graduations on Saturday. And I know that that's not the traditional way to graduate, but I will say that I really enjoyed the personality that came through in those videos. And that's something that you don't get in a traditional graduation. So we really, as a family, we really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, Dr. Washington. Along the same lines of the graduation celebrations that are this week, I want to thank the teachers that come to those graduations, not because they have to, but because they want to. They are off duty and they are taking their time and they are taking time away from their families or from whatever it is that they want to do to show up and to support those kids because they care, because they want to celebrate with them, because they are passionate about the students' success. So thank you very much to the teachers that are giving of their time and of their effort and of their love for those seniors during those graduation celebrations this week. And then finally, I'd like to say thank you to Janice Harris. She is retiring this year. She has served as the principal of Alice Carlson Applied Learning Center. And when I asked some parents and some students and some teachers to make a comment about Janice, which is what she is lovingly referred to on campus, is Janice. One parent said, Janice knows how to listen to parents, but more importantly, the students. Another parent said, from the first phone call we received from Janice, we knew our kids were in a place where they would be loved, cherished, and listened to. A teacher mentioned, Janice is so knowledgeable about interacting with students as a whole child and advocates for every student. She is truly an educator at heart. Another teacher says that Janice has been a source of inspiration to both the faculty and the students. Her profound love of children has always been evident and has been her guiding force. And then most importantly, the students. One student mentioned, Janice is very patient. And if someone does something wrong, she will explain how to do better and give them chances because she is very, very kind. And a final student says, we love visiting Janice's office. She is nice and gives the best hugs. She really cares for all of us. Best principal ever. Now those are just a sampling because the comments that I received were far too numerous to share tonight. So thank you, Janice, for your service to Fort Worth ISD, for your passion for students, and we wish you well in your retirement. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Trustee Dar. District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Thank you, President Ramos. I would like to second what Ann and CJ said. I'm excited for, I'm glad the year 2020 is over, school year. I'm excited for 2020-21. Hopefully, with this new team coming together, we're looking forward to improve all of our schools. So I can't wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz. She may have bad connection. Superintendent Dr. Kent Scribner.
Nope, just again, want to thank this board for your hard work as we wrap up a challenging year and look forward to planning this next month and getting started on the right foot in August. And again, thank you for your leadership and thank you for your support and trust.
Thank you. Minor, short and sweet. Dr. Scribner, thank you for your brave leadership and the work that you and your team are doing. Do want to note again that this board has been hard at work in workshops. We have been tallying up our professional development hours, even if it's beyond our numbers, and it's because it's a passion of ours that we get a good framework of governance set in place that keeps us focused on student outcomes. And even amongst the crisis and the unprecedented times, this board is hard at work. And for that, just want to make sure the public knows that got some amazing human beings doing a heck of a lot of good work here. With that, my friends, we have come to the end of our board meeting. The time is 7:16 p.m. We are adjourned. Everyone stay safe.